Welcome back, tankers, and today we're going to be playing the Lttb on Studzianki, the Polish map. And in this map there are really two places I like to think about going. I either typically go up north and play this area here, or if I feel like I'm a top tier light or medium, I may dive down into the trench and try to control the mid here. In this matchup, I do not think that I'm going to survive long in the mid. Just looking over at some of their tanks, I got a feeling I will get outclassed in that middle section, so I choose to go play north and hopefully be able to get into some of the bushes up top there if they don't push aggressively up to the hill and allow me to get some flanking shots. Now this spot for me is kind of a hit or miss, and I think that's true for any bottom tier light tank. If they don't bother to counter you here, this is an easy place to pick up a whole bunch of damage and some free damage here. In this case, T-59 is very aggressive in the middle. I pull back assuming I'm going to get lit. Now I don't have 6th sense on the Lttb yet, so I'm not quite sure if I was completely lit, but I'm going to assume that I was. And then I'm going to sneak up here and I'm going to just try to hang out in these bushes here and try to find some sort of opening on the side. Now normally if I felt confident that there wasn't somebody close to spotting me, I would go ahead and knock down those walls, shoot some HE into them and try to break them, because they do break line of sight, so you may not see anything there. That's a new mistake if you don't notice knocking the tree down. If there was a camper paying attention, they should have blind fired that, and that's one of the reasons I immediately pulled over to the side. I did not mean to take that down. Now I'm sitting here and there is absolutely no penalty for me to do this. I put into chat, I'm pushing the 0 line, ping where I'm going, and I go ahead and just push in. As I do that, I see the T-54 is coming with me, which is a great sign. And I pull up here, I'm looking for the T-10, and then I see I got a better shot possibly on one of these guys, but in doing so, just bad positioning. I should not have went up that high to try to take that shot. And as a result, that's going to mean I'm going to have to be a little more cautious late in the game here. So I'm going to try to look for side shots on that T-10. And I'm going to kind of just keep him in the target here. Lucky bounce on my part there. I am actually trying to, on that first shot, was intentionally just trying to get the track shot, because I don't think I'm going to do much against the T-10 from the frontal side of it. So I was just trying to hopefully rack up some assist by getting that track shot in there. J-Panther, I was actually aiming lower plate there, happened to hit on the track, which I'll take, because that's just allowing me to rack up damage, and which is what I've done so far, which isn't much. Okay, all I'm doing is trying to play a good position here. I've already got 3,000 assist and spotting damage. Again, a very bad play on my part of just sitting up there and letting the OHO shoot at me. One of the problems I find with the Lttb, I feel like anytime I am hit, I am ammo racked. And I don't know if that's just how I play it or what, but it sure seems to ammo rack a whole lot. And I'm thinking one of the skills I have to invest in here with my crew as they go up, as a matter of fact, it'll be my next skill that I'm going to invest with my loader, is safe storage. Because I just ammo rack every game, anytime I take damage. Trolled by the gun, and get a nice little shot on the M53-55. Okay, so I start out here. I should really actually be behind this bush line here, just like where the T-54 is. And I am letting the T-54 kind of lead ahead here, just because at this point I am a one shot for a lot of stuff on this map, and I'm going to try to use his armor a little bit. But I want to stay close enough that I may be able to help with any spotting. Again, some bad driving on my part. Be patient, aim this in. Get a shot, one shot in. And there I'm trying to lower down, trying to get that front drive or one of those tracking shots. Not a lot there. And with that, we are done. And very quick game, very fast flowing game. One of the things just looking at if you're struggling, kind of where do you go low tier light tanks and scouting. On this map in particular, I like the north. It is hit or miss for me. Sometimes I'll get nice clean shots. Other times I'm simply going to die there without doing a whole lot. Especially if you have a lot of mediums and lights up there with you, they'll take all of your spotting assists. I was fortunate that this T-54 pushed in with me. We had that Scorpion pushing in with me. And essentially, if I lit a target, they were lighting them up. And that's ends up making this a stellar game for me in that they rack up 3,500 some damage, which I get to account for the half that damage as assistance to damage. So that's a nice result in the LTTB for what I normally can do. Again, I like to highlight these plays that these aren't stellar games, but realistically, if you're playing your LTTB, you should be able to get games in this ballpark on a fairly regular basis. And this is something with a total combined around 3,500 damage. I'm a little above that with the added damage I have. Isn't really unheard of with my LTTB. Probably the biggest struggle I find is I don't always have teammates who are willing to actually shoot the targets that I light. Your gun, when you're top tier, works well, but it doesn't have a lot of alpha to it. So you really need to rely a lot of times on your teammates to help you. And I could help myself out a lot better there, allowing myself to be more aggressive, had I not taken 2 shots during the game, which were just dumb positioning on my part, and getting shot by the T10 for free, and then getting shot by that OHO essentially for free, because I'm not going to pin the OHO from the front. And I know that, and I held there, and I just basically said, shoot me because I'm an idiot. And he obliged. So I deserve that. As always, I want to just thank you for taking the time to watch. Not a real long video today, but also just thank you for any support. Would be willing to hit that subscribe and like button. I'd appreciate it. Thank you as always, and good luck. Have fun, tankers, and enjoy your games.